think for me it's going to be having a group that I can compare metrics with to get a realistic idea of how we match up and have a baseline.
But also evaluating what our current purchasing is like and what vendors we're purchasing from, and make sure that we're handling that properly as far as making sure that we're buying Azione wines direct through vendors, and then also look at non-Azione vendors and maybe consider switching them to one of the guys that we talked about today, or the last few days.
Visiting some of our vendors and looking at some of the partners here and how we can be more profitable. Also, there's been a decision in our business about getting into detail, a fairly significant decision I've been on the fence about, and about improving the operations of my business. And I think the things I've heard here help push me over that speed bump, and I'm going to be adding a new position and changing some of the fundamental operations of our company as a result.
I think on top of the purchasing power and buying as a group, on top of that, it's relationships. Got to meet a lot of new people and talk about a lot of things. I think that's something I took out of this that was probably the largest key part was relationships. So.
Probably Azione as a resource. I love resources and being able to collaborate with other people, and it's those that are CDM members. They promise it, and I have to say for myself, I've been underwhelmed for years with CDA, and I think this is well on its way as a great resource for us.
I think the biggest takeaway for me is I'm motivated to go back and start working on labor costs and trying to hit that 95% mark that I heard others throw out, and because we're at about 67, so we got a long way to go. And also met a bunch of great people and enjoyed the camaraderie and getting to talk to others in the industry. And thank you for that.
So for me, it's a renewed commitment, full speed ahead, sell the best, and sell it, and not just think beaten back by our rich but cheap clientele on the North Shore of Chicago.
2 words, sugar mama. Just saying. Really, it was connecting with the other dealers and sharing the ideas is so important. And then also reconnecting with some of the vendors that I sell their products, and I don't spend a lot of time talking to them because I'm out there busy doing the work. And just just like the Stewart training, it's like, I really should go again. I should take other people from my organization to the training, but you're so busy just doing it that you kind of forget some of those things. So very important.
My biggest thing coming in was to be part of something larger than the 4 walls of my office that consumes me every day, and we're off to a great start with that. And I took extensive notes on business policy ideas, and that's really going to help me fine-tune the 60 hats that I wear during the day and start to become a lot more productive. So
for me, it's renewing of some older relationships from people I've known for years, and then a lot of creation of new ones. The ideas that have floated around the rooms here the last couple of years have been tremendous. I took extensive notes as well. I don't know how many things I can implement that I wrote down, but I'm going to surely try. There's just been some great ideas. I think somebody said it early in the conference how we tend to get in our own way sometimes. I think I get in my own way a lot more than I realized before I came, to be honest with you. So I'm going to do a lot better, and I really look forward to some of the metrics that do come out. And we think we're pretty good at what we do. I've heard some people that just I think they're a hell of a lot better than me. So I want to learn how to get better.
I think I'm kind of struck and a little bit awed by the commitment shown by the vendors and a lot of the dealers to the group itself, and to making this group a true force to be reckoned with, and something more than just buying power, but a true place to share ideas and to help not only each of us in our companies individually, but also our industry as a whole. So that's very exciting to me, and that's proud to be part of something big like that.
I think our company's been fortunate to survive on referrals over the years, but I think I've realized that we need to have a better presence on the internet in the future to generate more leads.
I think the biggest thing is our industry seems to be so secretive at times for competitive reasons between companies. So I feel a really good trust level here, and I made a lot of notes, like many of you, will apply some of those to my business and process, and know that I can pick up the phone now or send an email and have some credible people to talk to and bounce ideas off. And I think the other big thing is I thought I was alone in some scenarios, and hey, I'm not the only idiot doing this. So.
We were HES members up until then, and the dollars and cents were kind of 50-50. Stay with HES or come to Azione. But the reason I made the change, I think I said earlier, was I was looking to develop a brain trust of people that I could turn to and work through problems with. And it's a smash, 100% smash. It's just the perfect fit. I'm psyched.
Really enjoyed the opportunity to meet a lot of like-minded individuals in the industry that have had a lot more experience than I've had. Very, very sharp people to give me ideas to confirm some of the things that I've been thinking in terms of how I want to take the business model, the audio-video portion of our industry, and actually refine it, make a little bit more money, have a little bit better integrity in the installation end, deliver a better experience to the customer, and hopefully help grow the industry.
Richard, you opened the meeting on 2 days ago by saying everybody needs to check their ego at the door. We've got dealers that are $500,000 and others that are $15 million. And I think everybody, dealers, vendors alike, did just that. And it took the barriers down to us being able to work together.
I've always enjoyed going every once in a while to some of the conventions every other year and creating some of these partnerships with the vendors. I had no idea that being able to come here to St. Louis and create these partnerships with other dealers around the country, I mean, it's mind-blowing. It's opened my eyes to a lot of stuff, and it's nice now to know that there's a bunch of dudes around this country and a handful of women that I can reach out to and pick their brain. And I look forward to growing this and coming back next year and see where we're all at.
Being from a buying group prior, I'm just real happy to see this group, like Rocky was saying, everyone kind of left their ego at the door. It's easy to get into that mindset of a big dick contest when we come to these things. And I'm glad to see that most of us, I could be the first one to show you how to lose money on a $500,000 system. So just because we have guys doing smaller systems and bigger systems, and it's really irrelevant because we're all focused on the same general business model. There's not a lot of retail here, which is refreshing, and it's really about service, people, money. And I will say one thing though, in the past, in 15 years of being in a buying group, you only get as much out of it as you put into it. And so when you get these roundtables and you participate, it's vital that you do that, because that's where the trust is gained from the others, and that's where the information is shared. And if we're not doing that as a group or individuals, you're not going to get as much out of it in the long term. So.
I think the biggest takeaway I had was that if I leave my company for about 6 to 9 months and let Brian run it and the other key people, that I can come back and get $1 million check.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work on that. But I have a ridiculous amount of action items. I'm looking at my list. It's probably about 30. I think I have about another 12 on my iPad. So my biggest challenge is going to be to try to implement some of these million things I learned from you guys and from everybody who spoke, which, there's all these brilliant things that some are going to be really easy to implement, some are going to be really difficult, but I'm going to have fun trying. Thanks, Richard.